So tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name's William Sutherland. I'm 20 years old. I was born in South Wales and I grew up in Norway with my parents and my older brother and our dog. I spend a lot of my time playing the guitar because I just finished my sixth form education in Norway for music. And then in the winter, it's mostly snowboarding, outdoor activities, having fun, falling over in the snow. And
Yeah. And Norway's good for that.
very good for that.
So, Will, tell us a little bit about your kind of Christian faith, and in particular those early years.
Well, I've always had Jesus in my life. I've grown up in a Christian household. You know, I went to church every Sunday with my parents, and so about 3 to 4 years ago is when I started to look more into my faith and how I wanted to have it later on in life as well.
Yeah, great. Now, something really significant happened to you back in 2019 that was awful, horrible, difficult. Tell us a little bit about what happened.
So in 2019, I was diagnosed with cancer, a tumour in my neck, and it caused me to lose the ability to walk. And so I had to spend about 10 months in treatment. And what was quite amazing was that the doctors thought it would take me weeks to be able to walk and have control of my legs again. But by the end of the first week, I was already up walking with crutches, which was none of us, even the doctors, expected to happen at all.
Yeah. So, I mean, I remember, because we were part of that sort of journey with you, that it was, particularly at the beginning, really scary. Were you scared through that process, and kind of what did you hold on to in the midst of all of that?
Well, I've thought about this quite a lot. I've never really been scared at the time. I had some moments where I realized how terrifying it was, but I never really woke up every morning and was horrified about it. But my parents have said I'm very weird, and I've always been like that. I've always been able to get on with it, so it's helped. But what really helped was that people were praying. My family prayed a lot, and my mum told parents in her school about it, and their families would pray. So I feel that helped a lot. It helped me be calm. That I knew people were caring and helping.
And the treatment was quite something. I mean, you had to go through all sorts of different treatments, even go to some different countries for some different treatments. You had to not be at school for a while. Again, how did you kind of sustain your energy through all of that?
I slept rather a lot. Slept a lot, I ate a lot. I would do physiotherapy once or twice a week. And whenever I could, my parents would take me out for walks. I spent a lot of time with my mum doing that, obviously, because she was looking after me. And when we were doing treatments in Germany, when I was able to, we would go out for walks and try and have as much energy as possible.
I remember, Will, last New Year, you and I got to go out floodlit skiing in Norway. And I remember at the time, almost quite emotional, really, because I confess that you were going through all of that, we never imagined a day would come where we'd be on the ski slopes again together, and that was quite something to be able to do that with you that night. And so you're fit now, fit and well?
Yeah, completely fine now. I have some little problems that, but the doctor said those are going to be for years, but I've come to live with them. So.
Yeah, amazing. So let's go back to your faith journey. So you said earlier that over the last 3 or 4 years, something's been going on that's sort of bringing that more to life for you. Just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's mostly when I had the cancer, I started to realize that there is something more to faith. And I started to think more on what it means to people and what it means to me. And then during the last, I'd say about 6-7 months, when I was graduating, I started to meet up with some more Christian groups and youth groups, because they have that organization in school. And I met a lot of new friends, and I started to go to more festivals and that were Christian. And Norway has quite a large youth community for Christian, and it's quite amazing the amount of people I met and how welcoming it was. And it was quite a shock, and I met all these new people who were Christian, and I could speak to you about my faith that I'd been going to the same school for 3 years and never met them before.
Yeah. So what's it like now? Now that you've kind of you've grown in your faith, Jesus has become more personal to you, I guess. How's that feeling now?
I don't know. I can't really put words to it. It feels really good. I feel a lot mentally stronger. I've had a lot of moments, in last recent months where I may be feeling scared, but I now, way more than before, I would just put my faith in Jesus and I would pray, and I feel way mentally stronger because of it. It feels really good.
And although you live in Norway, and I know you have a local church in Norway too, we feel like you're part of Andover Baptist Church because you guys and the rest of the family, since COVID, or particularly during COVID, joined us online. And you were just saying earlier, it feels like you kind of know everybody already. How's the church helped you over particularly over the COVID season, I guess?
Well, it helps. It helped quite a lot generally because we would, because of my sickness and I had no immune system. It was nice to still have that connection. And have everything where we could every Sunday as a family sit down on the sofa and watch. Because my church at home did it as well, but it was in Norwegian, which meant that my dad couldn't understand it. And it was nicer for us, I think, to watch it where all of us could understand it, and it was easier for all of us to understand the message and watch it and see familiar faces every single time as well.
Yeah. So why do you want to be baptized?
Well, I feel ready to take the next step. I think that's what it is. I've been thinking about it for a while. I remember discussing it with you last summer. But I feel after these last months, we're meeting all my friends and starting to go to church more with youth groups. I feel I'm ready to take the next step and build a closer relationship with Jesus.
Brilliant. And then, very lastly, how would you want to kind of declare your faith today?
Well, I'm here today to say that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Saviour.